Let's jump into this video.
Here, and usually whenever a drama happens between two content creators or two different parties in general, one party is at the wrong and the other party is at the right. But recently, what is happening among...
That is not always true. There are occasions where a little thing called nuance applies. What that means is that both people can be potentially right and wrong at the same time, only in some cases, or actually most cases in a nuance situation, one person is more in the right but can still be wrong, and one person is, or can be more in the wrong and less in the right. But there are cases where people are equally right and wrong. But I see your point. There are a lot of cases where one person is just blatantly wrong and one person's obviously right.
The community regarding this Robin and Tectone drama. This is that rare case where both parties are at the wrong in their own ways.
Alright. Let's see where you're going.
And the only victims are decent human beings who try to be civil, especially on social media. Those are the people who got pissed off and acted as an outbreak, and I can totally understand that. And I will try to explain their perspective and why it's such a big deal. So for a little bit of context, Tawanto created a very harmless post just to engage.
I forgot that this started with Tawanto. Guys, do I have a chance with her? Be real. Please lie to me. I forgot that Tawanto was involved.
Engage with the community, but then some gay people started saying...
But it was mostly because Tectone blew it up, like he always does.
all kinds of weird things that they can think of.
Alright, here we go. Tawanto, you have no chance with a lesbian. Again, no objective truth to that at all. Tell me your problem. I want to give bad advice. I have a crush on a lesbian and I am a man. Trans your gender or take the L. Which way, Western man? That was kind of funny. I really hate to break it to you, but... And again, none of these people have any proof to what they were saying other than these three dots under Robin's eyes happen to be few of these colors on the flag. No proof to that at all.
So to put those kinds of idiots in their place, Tectone shared some very disgusting posts. And
I wouldn't call it disgusting, but I would definitely refer to it as crude. And this was the post. Yeah, this was that really eye-catching picture. Can't wait for the R34 of Robin attempting to buff allies with her singing. Oh, this was it. This was the one that I was referring to with the whole blowjob joke. Her singing, but she can't because she's too busy sucking. I am so excited to pull for this very straight woman. By the way, I talked to Dawe. He himself told me that she was straight. Very cool. And this was the joke. This was the joke that Tectone was trying to make, which is, in his headcanon, she is straight, and there is no objective truth to that because there is no insinuation or proof in game that Robin is straight. Which is the joke he's making about the other group of people saying that she's lesbian because there is no objective proof that she is lesbian, and the only thing they're going on are the three fucking dots that just happen to coincidentally be the color, some of the colors on the gay or lesbian flag.
And these posts don't only targeted homosexual idiots, but also those people who actually respect or like a character for who she is. Now, I don't play Honkai Star Rail, nor do I know her personality, but saying something like this about anyone doesn't matter if it's your sister or your mom, or an alien from Mars, or a fictional character. But saying this kind of stuff about someone is never going to give you any positive outcome, not only from the people you specifically target, but also from the people who only appreciate a character. Or even if we take it in general, just writing this on a social media platform takes a lot of courage, but also shows the public what kind of person you are.
The thing is, Tectone would completely own up to it. That's just the kind of guy he is. He would completely own up to it, and actually, in some cases, relish in it. And I wouldn't really refer to it again, I wouldn't call it disgusting, I would just call it crude. And granted, that's my subjective opinion, but honestly, when you're making a joke directed toward a group of people that are so blatantly in the wrong because they're just literally making shit up and they're calling it true, and then you're literally turning that on its head to show how crazy they look by making a parody in the vice versa sense, it just more, in my opinion, amplifies how crazy they are due to the nature of the parody. That's my opinion.
And it's sad to see that there are a lot of content creators who still think whoever got triggered by it just took the bait. No, they didn't take the bait. They did what they were supposed to do, which is writing hateful comments against him. And
which was the bait. That's what he wanted. They took the bait. That is what he wanted, so they took the bait. He wanted them to respond. He wanted them to react because it only amplifies how insane they look by being baited by a parody of what they're doing in their essence, in their sense.
And honestly, if you will say disgusting stuff about something that people like, this is what you get. But Tectone always laugh at things like that because it's not that big of a deal for him. And even his supporters are like that, saying, she is just a fictional character. It's not that deep. You are saying sharing a post. Is she the most fuckable character in HSR? Is just a small bait and it's not that deep? Or saying things like, she won't be able to buff other allies because she will be too busy sucking dick. This is just a bait. And you can talk like that about her because she is just a fictional character and is not real? It's ridiculous.
Because she's a fictional character! It doesn't matter! It was literally... Oh my god, how many times am I going to go down this road? It was a parody to amplify how silly they look. And it worked. It made those people who were calling Robin a lesbian look even more silly. And to be fair, I will be absolutely fair with Moharib here. The whole situation is ridiculous. Why? Because this is all stemming from someone, or some people, I should say, that are making their headcanon, like treating their headcanon like it's true objective reality. And therefore it is ridiculous that it had gotten to this point. That is the thing. So to your point, or to be fair to you, Moharib, I agree in that case that the situation was ridiculous. But calling Tectone ridiculous for baiting them and it playing out and working, it's not that ridiculous because it's showing how crazy these people can be with their headcanon. And the fact that you are missing that point is laughable.
It is like taunting or attacking someone first, and then if they try to fight back, then you portray them as villains.
It's not that he's trying to villainize him. And I can see that. I can see it. I can. But it's not that he's trying to villainize them. He's just trying to make them look as ridiculous as they are.
Happens a lot, guys. I know it. For the people who like that character, for them these are not just pixels, they are...
He's not. He's not going down this road, is he? Is he going down this road? Oh my god, he's going down this road, isn't he? I'm backing it up a little bit. Oh, I don't know if I'm prepared for this.
Happens a lot, guys. I know it. For the people who like that character, for them these are not just pixels, they are as real as they can get.
Oh! He went I can't believe he said it. I can't believe he said it. The fact that he said it, in my humble opinion, almost destroys his credibility for me. Oh my fucking God, he said it. They are, I'm quoting, they are as real as they get. End quote. Oh my God, he said it. I almost feel like I could just end the video here. I honestly feel like I could end the video here because he pretty much destroyed his credibility for me. All right, I'm gonna let him cook.
That's why people get emotionally attached to these characters. That's why people do cosplays, because they want to look like the character they like. Or they become the most sane anime fans, or even marry a fictional character.
I'm gonna back him up just a little bit more. I want the full fucking context of this.
Happens a lot, guys. I know it. For the people who like that character. For them, these are not just pixels, they are as real as they can get. That's why people get emotionally attached to these characters. That's why people do cosplays, because they want to look like the character.
They do cosplays because they think the characters are cool and they vibe with these characters. They relate to these characters. For example, a long time ago, this was a very long time ago, I was in high school and I'm 32. So that tells you how long it's been. And this was in the middle of high school. I wasn't even like anywhere close to graduating yet. So again, this tells you how long ago this was. But I was a big fan, and I still am to this day, a big fan of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I really did dig Sasuke's character. I thought Sasuke was a really cool, badass dude. And I did a Sasuke cosplay to a Comic-Con. It's not that I thought Sasuke was real. It's not because I thought Sasuke needed to be defended by all the Sasuke haters. It was because I just thought Sasuke was cool. And I thought a lot of characters from Naruto were cool. I really digged Kakashi. I thought everyone in the Akatsuki was badass. I thought several characters in Naruto were really cool, but I wasn't going to defend them and call them real and objectify and assume their sexualities. People cosplay, people do these things, they do fan art for these characters because they enjoy them and they like them, but not like them in the sense that they think they are real and that they need to be defended. Anyone who does that is losing their marbles.
They like, or they become the most sane anime fans.
This is not sane. Having a huge amount of cutoffs of wherever the hell he got these life-size stands is not sane. Having all these, having these here, going as far as to take this cutout to the beach with him and pose with a picture with her is not sane shit. And you can tell that this is true because Asmongold can't even believe what the fuck he's looking at.
Or even marry a fictional character.
And that is the epitome of losing your marbles. To go as far as to marry a cutout of an anime chick and then go as far as to post a picture of your wedding with this fictional cutout of the fucking character. Moharib, if you were just saying that you get it as to why, and this is me being completely fair and giving you the benefit of the doubt, if this is you saying, hey, I get why these people are getting so defensive because they go as far as to do this shit, but I don't really resonate with it, If that's what you're saying, I'm just going to say this shit is not even worth defending. This shit was not worth making a video about. But if you are saying that you get it and you're defending it because you get it, the fact that you get it is still not good because that means you understand it. Yes, I can get. And by get, I mean I completely can predict. This is what I mean by I get. I can predict that these people will lose their shit because they resonate with the character so much that they go as far as to marry the fucking fictional cutout of the fucking character. Yeah, I can predict them losing their shit when Tectone calls out the sexuality of a fucking anime character. Yeah, I will predict that they'll lose their shit, but I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it because it's not rational behavior. This is not, and I am saying it again, rational behavior.
Well, the last two were a little extreme, but you get the point, right? Just emotional attachment with a character is enough to make this character real in their world. These characters do have their existence. They have their fan bases.
They have their existence in a fictional medium. They do not have an existence in reality.
People respect these characters and love these characters because of their design or their...
Yes. Again, that goes back to my Sasuke reference. I dug Sasuke's character. I dug his design. I was a big fan of Sasuke. But again, I was not going to go as far as to defend his dignity.
Personality, or just as a character. So if you do these kinds of posts for a character they like, they will take the bait, and rightfully so.
You went too far with those last three words.
They will take the bait, and rightfully so.
They will take the bait. And they did take the bait. But it was not rightfully so. It was insanity.
So I am totally understanding this. You can...
And there you go. He's totally understanding it. And he's justifying their actions when he says, and it was rightfully so. And this is only 3 minutes in the video. We still have... This is a 11-minute video, and he is already losing his marbles. Just barely 3 minutes in. What are you going to be saying in the rest of this video? Because you've already established your stance, and you've lost your credibility with me, bro.
Laugh at those people who got triggered by this post all you want, but it doesn't take out the fact that what you did is also not ethical in any way, shape, or form. Just imagine if someone says this kind of thing about Layla. Yes.
So for 11 minutes, you think you're cooking? Imagine if someone says this kind of thing about Layla. It's the same principle. It's exactly the same principle. You think you're making a good point, but no, you are just establishing the point Tectone made. Yes, if you said something sexually objectifying about Layla, like if you were saying that how is Layla going to be able to use her abilities and sleep so much if she's too busy choking on, then it's the same thing. Because Layla has never been established as gay or lesbian at whatsoever, and the same thing applies in the vice versa sense. Layla has never been established as straight. No matter what, it's insane. And anyone who defends it, whichever way, they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy.
It will hurt me a lot. So
No, you were talking about yourself. You were talking about yourself. Oh my God.
Did is also not ethical in any way, shape, or form. Just imagine if someone says this kind of thing about Layla. Yes, it will hurt me a lot. so feel free to laugh at me because of that.
You're telling me that if I made a tweet and I tagged you in it and I said something again along the lines of Layla doing something sexually crude to myself, you would feel emotionally distraught about it, and that's your stance, bro. Don't get me wrong. As someone who is in the gotcha community, who does, don't get me wrong, I see a lot of these chicks in these games, and I am 100%. For example, I think Kafka and Black Swan are some of the sexiest characters in the gotcha game space overall. And it is not going to break my heart to go look at some of Tectone's old posts and old things that he said during those times that those characters were very prominent, and see him talk about how bad he wants to fuck the hell out of them. You want to know why? Because I would love to do the same. It is not going to break my heart. Besides the fact, in a joking sense, I would like to do the same. The other reason, and this is on a more serious note, is because, and this is my legitimate reason, they're fictional characters. It doesn't matter how sexy and how down bad I am for Black Swan and Kafka. I will always be aware that these are fictional characters, and it is, and there's no reason for me to be emotionally distraught when I see someone say something sexually crude about these characters. There's not. And even on an emotional level, like a character that I really resonate with. Let's say Ayaka. She was one of my favorite characters because I really dug the whole princess vibe that she had going on. And I thought she was super cute and all this shit. But if I went and saw somebody say something sexually crude about her and how bad they wanted to have her do sexually promiscuous acts with them, it's not going to break my heart because it is a fictional character. It does not matter how much you resonate with a character. It's a character. It's a fictional character. It doesn't matter. Everyone is going to, and you got to keep this in mind. And this is the big thing about all of this. You got to keep in mind where these are fictional characters in a fictional medium, everyone has access to experience these stories as the main character. That's the way this story was established. It's a first-person story. Technically kind of third person, but you know what I mean. You're seeing it through the eyes of the traveler, or in Honkai Star Rail's case, the trailblazer. That's my point I'm making. So with that being said, everyone is going to experience the story just about the same way you did. Therefore, they are going to resonate with these characters in a similar, if not different, aspect that you have. So with that being said, to use your Layla example, you experienced your interactions with Layla in a way where you really resonated and emotionally bonded with the character. I, on the other hand, to use myself as an example, I didn't really care much for her. But if we were bringing in a third person, for example, someone who also resonated and really enjoyed Layla's character, but in their case, they are more outward about their sexuality and how bad they wanted to be down bad and bang the hell out of Layla. Therefore, if you saw them speaking about the character that you enjoyed as well, but in a more sexually provocative way, you're basically saying that you are going to be emotionally affected in a negative way seeing them talk about that character in that way. So, to my ultimate point, this is all ridiculous. Because everyone is in the wrong and the right. Because everyone has their own interpretation of these characters due to the fact that we are going to experience this story the same way, but come out of it with our own subjective opinions. That is the fucking thing about this. And so, to use Tectone's story as an example, these people viewed to their subjective opinion, because it's never officially clarified, and that's probably done for a reason. That's a whole nother can of worms. These people are viewing Robin through the lens of wanting her to be a lesbian because that will make them resonate with Robin more. Tectone, even though his post was done in parody, but let's say he did mean what he said for the sake of the argument, he did really resonate with Robin. He did really want to be sexually involved with Robin to a very crude point. That would have been his own subjective opinion based on his experience. And this can happen because, again, her sexuality is never officially stated in the story. God damn. And that's what I'm saying. It's all ridiculous, and it's all done through the lens of subjective opinion. Why? Again, because there is no official stance. Therefore, you are allowed and able to let your imagination run wild with this. And that's why Tectone's post is so interesting, because again, the parody really did show how silly these people are to really allow their headcanons to run wild. And that's the thing with the whole Layla thing that I used with Yumo Harub, is that it is silly, and it's just allowing headcanon to take over to the point where it actually emotionally hurts you when it really shouldn't.
Happens a lot, guys. I know it. For the people who like that character,
This is where things should get interesting.
for them these are not just pixels, they are as real as they can get. That's why
And that's not my problem. Let's read that again.
like that character. For them these are not just pixels, they are as real as they can get.
I am not going to pander to the mentally ill. I will not ever pander to those who are not sound of mind. It's the same thing with enviosity. I am not going to pander to somebody that sensitive. I'm not going to change who I am because a little bro gets offended by being called a mint picker. Okay? I'm just not going to do that. It's not my job. It's not my responsibility. These people are weak. These people are sick. And the more you pander to them, the worse off they're going to be. Absolutely not.
That's why people get emotionally attached to these characters.
That's why you are an AI voice and you don't have a webcam and you're not using your real voice. Because even you know that what the fuck you're saying is shit. And I guarantee you, the shit that you must talk about off stream, off video, must be insane.
Why people do cosplays, because they want to look like the character they like, or they become the most sane anime fans, or even marry a fictional character.
I'm not gonna pander to a guy who marries a cardboard cutout, guys. I'm just not doing that.
Well, the last two were a little extreme, but you get the point, right?
No, because
there is
you
no
say
point.
Those two examples are extreme, but then previously you said to them these pixels are as real as they can get. That's the same example. You don't pander to these people because they need help.
Right?
Yeah, because that's just when you pander to the people who are letting their headcanons explode to the point where you lead to these extreme examples, you are basically encouraging them. And encouraging them is like giving an alcoholic who clearly has a problem more alcohol. You are just encouraging a problem that is on the verge of becoming a significant problem.
Just emotional attachment with a character is enough to make this character real in their world. These characters do have their existence.
Okay, and then you say in their world. Do you understand what the Earth would be if we all had to pander to each other's own personal world? Do we understand that? Like, if everybody had their own personal world and we had to pander to each person's delusion, we would kill each other. I can't do this shit anymore.
I just am advocating for a little bit of normalcy in reality.
I'm drawing the line at I think anime characters are real, so you have to be nice. I'm not going any further, guys. I'm not going any further.
They have their fan bases. People respect these characters and love these characters because of their design.
They can love the idea of a character, but they need to separate fiction from reality.
Or their personality.
Agreed.
Or just as a character. So if you do these kinds of posts for a character they like, they will take the bait, and rightfully so.
No, unrightfully so. Because what you're saying is, it's okay, right? Now, this affects me zero. But I know if somebody else were to have accidentally posted something like this, which, in case you don't know, other content creators like the voice actors themselves or Mina Aoyama posted the exact same shit that I was posting for other characters and everybody was okay with it. And that's the point that I'm making. The problem is that when other content creators accidentally post very reasonable tweets, you're saying it's okay that all of these people are sending them death threats, saying they're going to make attempts on their lives? That's what you're saying is okay. I was simply attempting to protect another content creator that I respected by taunting them off of them. Now, once again, I happily take everything that happened. It was hilarious. It bothered me zero. Okay? But I know a weaker man would have having to take a break, would have cried, would have been afraid, but I'm no weak man, right? I don't give a fuck what they did to me. They did nothing. But I'm saying in the future, when we encourage that behavior by saying, you deserve everything that you get. Okay. Don't come running to me to ask on what to do when it happens to you next.
I am totally understanding this. You can laugh at those people who got triggered by this post all you want, but it doesn't take out the fact that what you did is also not ethical in any way, shape, or form.
And that is because I echoed what they were doing.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying the whole situation is ridiculous, because it's based on a ridiculous premise. And the only difference here, literally, the only difference here is a group of people were actually being serious about their headcanon, and Tectone was doing it in parody to highlight how crazy these other people are. But overall, the whole situation is ridiculous. No, these people should not be taken seriously, because sometimes you cannot let people cook. Some people are just not allowed to cook because their point of view is off the rails right from the beginning. They never even got off into the tracks and began forward motion. They were wrong before they even started.
Ethical Twitter? Okay.
Just imagine if someone says this kind of thing about Layla. Yes, it will hurt me a lot. So feel free to laugh at me because of that. It is what it is. I can understand that, I guess. Anyways, but that's just a post no matter how disgusting.
Oh my god, Tectone rolling his eyes was so funny. Hey guys, Twiggs here. So, the second half of the video you're about to watch is gonna go off the rails. Off the rails to the point where I actually felt uncomfortable. I am, for the rest of this video, gonna give Tectone's reaction to the initial part of the video with the whole Robin stuff. But then it will go into some batshit crazy, just hateful and uncomfortable resentment to gay and lesbian people. To a point where it just blew my mind that a content creator actually felt comfortable posting this. It like that was started going through my mind that a content creator literally made this video and thought it was fine to post this. And I just couldn't wrap my head around how he thought this was a great idea. And even worse, that, and this is the bigger point, that this is his mindset. That this is something that he is cool with. That he can harbor so much hate and resentment toward a group of people that just want to live their life. And to feel fulfillment in life. To have happiness in their life. And he harbors this much resentment and hate. So just to elaborate or lay it out again, I'm going to show Tectone's reaction to the Robin stuff. And then I'm going to only let you guys see the beginning of the second half of this video where Harb just basically outlines enough of his point of view to where you get my reaction and Tectone's reaction. And then I'm not going to play the rest of it. The rest of it is so full of hate and resentment that, again, I don't feel comfortable showing it. And if you guys want to see the video, I'm not, and hear me out, I'm not going to link a description, put a link in the description below to Moharib's video. Because like I said, I don't want to give him any eyeballs. I don't want to give him a platform at all. But I'll leave a link to Tectone's video because he does watch the whole thing. And then, again, I'm going to cut everything from the second half of the video, aside from mine and Tectone's initial reaction. And then I'll have the very ending be mine and Tectone's take. But that, I just wanted to lay that out before you guys jumped any further. But it's absolutely insane. Hope you guys enjoy continuing to watch.
Anyways, but that's just a post no matter how disgusting it is. But now let's turn to the other side of the coin, gay people. Now as you guys know, homosexuality is a sin. But because now it's normalized.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I don't think I was prepared for that. I don't think I was prepared for that at all. All right. Okay.
Disgusting it is. But now let's turn to the other side of
we don't even need to comment over that, guys.
No.
We already know.
the coin, gay.
All right. This is where things are going to get off the rails. I gave you guys, I'm only going as far as to give you guys my initial reaction, and I'm only going to go as far as to give Tectone's initial reaction to this.
People. Now as you guys know, homosexuality is a sin.
Oh my God! This is exactly what I was gonna say. His reaction. I think I'm going to use that for my thumbnail. Oh my God.
Oh, so we're just getting into it.
Yes.
We're going to let this guy expose himself. Here we go.
But because now it's normalized, no one likes to say anything against it. So firstly, I will tell you why it is bad in general, and then I will talk about these people who shove their headcanons down other people's throats and start saying stuff like, She likes girls, not you. Bro, no one cares. Tuanto is getting her regardless. And no, Tectone has no chance with her. The only thing Tectone has going on for himself is his hairstyle. Looks kinda cool, not gonna lie. But on the other hand, look at Tuanto. He truly looks like an anime protagonist come to life. So I'd say he has a pretty good chance of getting Robin. You all are just jealous. Anyways, all jokes aside.
They're an anime character guy. Okay, here we go.
Time to get serious. First of all, the mindset that gay people are not hurting anybody. Well, sexual immorality between a brother and sister also don't hurt anyone else. But then why is it bad? Even if it's a protected sex, it's still bad. Because it's not just about how your actions affect anyone else, it's about morality as well.
This is the guy who's on your side. Now, before anybody says, oh, this is a joke video. Okay, let's check right now. Let's see if he has any comments doubling down. Okay. All right, let's see. Here when the Tectone comes, hope I survive. Homosexual people. When did I say he attacked homosexual people? The only person who attacks homosexual people is me.
He owned it. He fucking owned it. The only person. And he said it was himself.
Okay, so this is the guy who's defending y'all. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, let's keep going down here. Yeah, so to me, as we can tell, it seems pretty serious, guys. Seems like this guy is not joking whatsoever. So yeah, so the guy who's homophobic is the guy who's attempting to defeat me. So let me get this right. This is the guy who you want to protect you? Very interesting.
But since no one cares about morality these days, let me make this clear that it's not true that they're not hurting anyone. Firstly,
I might not even talk the rest of the video. We'll just let this guy just dig his own grave, man. Let's hear what he has to say.
gay people are hurting themselves. Then they're hurting their entire generation. Then they're hurting their partner. I mean, both members in homosexual relationships are basically hurting each other. Whether it's a gay pair or a lesbian pair, it's all because they cannot control themselves, and this inability of their self-control makes them go down this path.
Man, you're so righteous being an AI, camless, pictureless channel, man. How noble you are. A wise man said, when an idiot is already exposing them to be just that, don't interrupt them. I just let them talk.
Yeah, the phrase is, when your opponent is making a mistake, let them make their mistake. That is the worst thing or the best thing you can do when your opponent is making a mistake. Yeah, this is, like I said, you probably noticed that I skipped a bunch because it's just nothing but insane garbage. If you want to see the video for yourself, go to Moharab's channel, watch it yourself. If Moharab ever takes it down, because he's taken down videos before when he basically just has an insane take, go to Tectone's channel. Tectone watched the whole fucking thing. I don't feel comfortable showing the whole thing. It is garbage. It is literally nothing but insane garbage on the second half of that video.
Man, okay, he was already exposing himself to be a fucking idiot. That's the guy who's defending you all. That guy. Well, Twitter, I hope you're happy. Hey, man, I hope you're happy with this guy said, because the one guy trying to help you all, because in case you guys don't know, I love gay people. I love lesbian people. I mean, I even tried being gay at a point. Didn't work.
And I have no issues with gay or lesbian people. That's why I don't feel comfortable showing that second half of that video. Because I feel like I'm just putting that guy more on a platform to share what his beliefs are. When they're just hateful. Everything, for the most part, that he said in that second half of that video was just hateful. And just ridicule. And saying just awful things about gay and lesbian people. Now, granted, I know, again, this is coming from a person I can't say I did what Tectone did. I can't say I tried to be gay. I knew from the very beginning, when I started becoming self-aware of myself, that I was straight. But that just goes to show that as a straight guy, how cool I am with people who are gay or lesbian.
Okay, so I was like, hey man, if I can just fuck my best friend, it'd just be way easier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried making out with a dude before. I just felt absolutely nothing. Show this to Asmund? Yeah, I should. But yeah, well, there you go.
This is insanity. This is just... I said it right from the beginning of the video, and I had no clue it was going to go in this direction. I said that the last time I watched a Mohara video, that I didn't anticipate it going so far as it did. But this was bad. This was worse than that last video. At least Mohara was just had a really bad opinion or a bad take. This is like, I'll use the same terminology I used at the beginning. Mohara lost all credibility, in my opinion. And even worse, he showed the kind of person he is. He showed the kind of character that he is, which is a person with a lot of hate in his heart. And it's just sad that he can have this much hate and spite toward a group of people who never did anything to him. And that's the worst part of that kind of conservative mindset, is its animosity toward groups of people who just want to live their life, who just want to be happy. And he has that much resentment toward people who never did anything to him. As far as I know, they never did anything to him.
Hope you all enjoyed that little tidbit. And feel free to leave me a comment later. Love you.
But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to Tectone's video, but I will not leave a link in the description to Moharab's channel. I will not leave a link in the description to Moharab's video. If you guys want to see that part of the video, I'll like Tectone's video. But if you guys want to see the second half of Moharab's video, just watch Tectone's video. Like I said, I'm not putting that second half of the video, I'm not giving a platform to it. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys the beginning just so you guys see how off the rails it got right from the beginning, and just give my initial reaction and Tectone's initial reaction, just so you guys have the context of the beginning. But the beginning is just the beginning of just nothing but ridicule, resentment, and hateful words toward a group of people that just want to live their life. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of Tectone's reaction, my reaction, and how Moharab just lost his mind. And with that being said, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys later.